Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Danganronpa SingleFile. It has been quite some time, I'm sorry. A lot of things have come up that I need to do, as well as my own personal projects, but I'm still here. I will keep playing this. And also, I think since last time, it was around the time when I actually uploaded this, or the previous one. The creator of this, AIM, actually played through Alter Nexus, which was very exciting, so there's also like a video version of that if you want to go check that out. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. It's over on Twitch, so you might need an account. I don't know, I don't actually use Twitch that much, so I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, let's continue on and see what awaits us after the prologue. So, just to recap, last time we went through a prologue and we named our character, and he unfortunately got executed because apparently he had been programmed to kill one of the other students. So, a very interesting start. Let's continue. I think it's this one. Okay, yeah, it's Ender. I'm going to turn down the audio down on my end a little bit, but alright, we are starting chapter 1, I suppose. Okay, what is this? Did you fully witness the execution like you wanted to? If not, use mouse wheel to scroll backwards. Oh, okay, you can watch, it was a really impressive, animation, I remember that much. Now, okay, it is recommended you view these before proceeding to the next chapter, okay. I suppose we'll go through it. The log, Ultimate Biographer's Report, number 1. Thank you again for allowing me to observe this project of yours, Mr. Leeds. I know you're a busy man, and also... Oh, this is the guy on the main screen who kind of looks like that Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's villain. I'm sure some people might understand what I'm talking about, maybe not. Regardless. And also a man so suspicious of the general population that he lives inside a secret laboratory. I always mess up that word, without a soul for company. Right. Those misgivings of yours are entirely understandable. The world is a dangerous place these days. Trust is not easily earned. I suppose that's what makes you the ultimate biographer, isn't it? Your ability to make me trust you enough to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets is impressive. I'm flattered, but my own biography can wait until I make the late career shift to ultimate memoir writer. For now, we're here to talk about you, Victor Leeds, called the ultimate You're one of the participants too. I thought you were going to be like, I don't know, like the one that oversees everything or whatever. Could you elaborate on what that title means to you?
I am the ultimate researcher. It's my duty to study the killing games and ultimately end them.
A British twang? Okay, I'm down. Killing games are the favorite tool of the agents of despair. They can be no more noble goal than stopping them for good. Still, I find that title of yours curious. I can't read today, I'm sorry. How does one come to the ultimate researcher? Why not, for instance, the ultimate roboticist? You are known as a world leader in the advancement of that field.
Very well.
Well, yes, I could very well be considered the ultimate roboticist. However, the importance of my research eclipses my skill with developing automatons. Automatons, yeah. Referring to me as the ultimate robotist would be like referring to the ultimate rugby player as the ultimate athletic sponsorship recipient. There we go. Fun fact, I used to have an ultimate rugby player way back in like 2013 at the very, very early stages of planning Alter Nexus. And he was changed to the ultimate boxer, so there you go. Anyways, just a little bit of trivia, I suppose. He or she may deserve both titles, but only one title can be considered most appropriate. Nothing matters more to me than my research of the killing games. I now devote my every waking hour to studying them. Well, I suppose he's studying them while he walks as well, but that's neither here nor there. Yes, we've all been deeply and personally affected by them. Most of us can think of a friend or a loved one who has been victim of despair attacks, with the highest profile cases being those abducted for the games. Also, I was in the Twitch chat while AIM was playing through Alter Nexus. I remember asking about the soundtrack, and apparently it's like, I don't know if it's like Rampy music or if it's like taken from somewhere else, but yeah, it's like, I think that was one of the questions I had in the prologue, so very interesting stuff. Okay, nothing so convenient exists, of course. That said, you have a rather innovative plan for the next step of the hope, the fight back against despair. It'll be generations before the public knows of this top-secret project. I'm proud to be here, recording its progress at the very groundbreaking moment. I can see you're shivering with anticipation. Please, on the record, tell me the premise of the project designed to put an end to the killing games.
Very well.
Of course, the project's code name is SingleFile. We'll refer to it as that from here on out. The primary advantage contributing to the success enjoyed by the Agents of Despair is the element of surprise. My unique simulation will anticipate and counter all permutations of the killing game. It will solve for each with minimal possible casualties, while maximizing benefits to our cause. Okay. Mining data from the simulation is already well underway, and that data is nearly ready to be applied. The cycle time is minimal. Many concurrent trials can be run in the span of just a week. I wonder, I feel like, just a bit of a theory I suppose, but I do feel like because he's trying to stop them so much this early on, I almost feel like he's gonna become what he hates or something by the end of this game. I don't know, it's just a little gut feeling, but I believe we should have enough data before the end of the year to harvest the fruits of this project. Like, I feel like he's a villain that would be like, I'm not the one who's in the wrong, like, all of you are, you know, wrong for, you know, like, I don't know what the word is, but for like, judging me or something, right? Like, I don't know, for, like, putting me behind. So I believe the killing game problem will be resolved within a year's time.
Very well.
Precisely, their code will be cracked and the advantages will belong once again to civilized society. I'm looking forward to an end to wonton Wait, what does wonton mean? The only wonton I know is the dumplings, which is definitely not right. Wonton murder, okay, I guess. And a return to normalcy. Clearly, my vocabulary is lacking, but anyways, a future we would all welcome, Mr. Leeds. If I may ask one more question before we break for lunch. You are all concerned that your research might make you and your assistant the targets of actions by the Agents of Despair. This is another key to fighting against despair, you know. We must fight back against despair with fervor equal to their own in the name of hope. My assistant and I are ready to fight like no one before us. Our total secrecy and tireless work are in service of the causes. Frankly, if I can be targeted, I'd say no one in the world is safe. How inspiring. Thank you again for this enlightening first interview. I look forward to our time together here. By the way, when will I be meeting this research assistant of yours? In due time, even more so than I. You're not the talkative type. For now, you must try my ultimate soft-serve ice cream machine, the fruit of a renowned genius's downtime. It's odd, I heard you a bit repulsive, a paradoxical man who hates humanity despite trying to save it. That's not the impression I get when I speak with you.
Very well.
Not quite. Allow me to correct your misperception. I don't hate humanity at large. I simply feel uncomfortable around other human beings. Too unpredictable, prone to fits or error and emotion. The civilization we surround ourselves with only makes it worse. The human mind is what the Empire of Despair sprang up from, after all. Truly, we are the most fearsome of all species, so hideously capable of satisfying our wildest, most grotesque indulgences. Very true, very true. For a long time now, the worst egos among us have run amok, doing whatever they see fit. It's enough to think of the human condition as a curse. Speaking to you here in my laboratory, however, surrounded by my favorite machines, makes me feel much more at ease. So you found some machines.
Now see here!
that was a bit of a funny voice clip. Feels like you're trying to trick me into embarrassing myself with that statement. I see right through it. You really are an eccentric, aren't you? I prefer to be called a genius. The human mind fails, and the human will falter. And the human will falter. Sorry, machines can be made infallible. Thanks to that, SingleFile will be a success. Okay, log terminated. Huh. Okay, Ultimate Researcher's Despair review, I suppose. Let's take a look. I don't know how many more episodes I'll do of this, because I don't entirely know how much of this is out. I'm pretty sure that Chapter 1 isn't done. I mean, maybe it is. I don't actually know. But judging by, because there's the video versions of this as well, is what I'm guessing what they are, on AIM's channel, I believe. And it looks like it goes up to the first batch of free time events, maybe. So if it goes anything like a regular Danganronpa game, then I'm guessing we've got another half an hour to an hour left, I'm assuming, of this build at least. So very interesting, very intrigued to see where it goes. Very intrigued to see who we're going to follow as our main character, because, you know, our protagonist kind of died, I suppose, in the last one, but anyways. Ultimate Researcher's Despair Review. Oh, it's you again. Greetings, if you're watching this instructional video, you've taken your first steps towards defending yourself against the machinations of the Agents of Despair. But you must be so confused. Who are the Agents of Despair? What do they want? How do we defeat them? This video will explain all that and more. Remember, there are no stupid questions. Are you going to be evil at the end of the game? I wonder. This knowledge will help you to survive these dark times we find ourselves in. Oh, I see. Oh, okay, so I guess this is useful if you haven't played the original games and stuff. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Should we go through this? I don't know. I suppose, yeah, I'll go back to the prologue menu and continue. And if you want to read all that yourself, then go right ahead and download the game. Again, the link will be in the description. Please go show this game your support, because it does look very promising. So let's hop over to chapter 1. I think that was just to brush up on any knowledge that people missed from the first game or whatever, because this does seem like it's a sequel, or at least another alternative timeline to the first game, to the Spike Chunsoft game. So, all right, now accessing. Oh, it's I forgot your name, Victor, is it? Despair for the survivors. I mean, you can't really have despair if you're dead. Anyways, okay, ... What an awful dream. I've been working too many long nights. Yeah, relatable, honestly. To think I'd see myself dissected like one of my automatons while the lackey of despair sneers at me. My only solace is that it was just a dream. Such hideous work as my own research into killing games certainly brings its share of terror. Small surprises leaking into my dreams as such. Thankfully, unlike poor Tatsuna, oh yeah, that's right, I named myself after that, didn't I? I can feel each of my limbs attached and in its proper place. That said, I still feel a sense of unease. It's as though I've awoken late for some appointment of great importance. What was I doing just before I fell asleep? I remember falling asleep alone as always. I just pulled an all-nighter working on SingleFile, an important project that's necessitated some long hours. I'm too groggy to remember where I left off. There will be time enough for that once I get up and have a spot of breakfast. Did I fall asleep in my laboratory? I suppose that would be like me, however. I feel as though I'm atop one of my machine assembly slabs rather than a desk. What the devil do I make of this? It's a lucky thing my work is solitary. No one can be allowed to see such ludicrous behavior from the ultimate researcher. Oh, it's Homie. Is that who we're playing as? That'd be interesting. Okay. Is this... Something's very off here. I hate that word. The laboratory, there we go, itself is as I remember it, but several details are way off. Am I still dreaming? Missing robots, I guess. Where the blazes? He's so British. Where the blazes have all my automatons gone off to? Did I deploy them all, or put them into storage? I'm quite certain there were several positioned in the testing bays before I fell asleep. Were they all simultaneously activated to stage a walkout? What, are they unionizing?
Now see here!
Is this the beginning of a robot uprising? I should calm down. I've got plenty to worry about without making up nonsensical hypotheticals? Wait, no, that's not right. Hypotheticals? I don't know, don't I? But I'm right to be at least a little worried. Those missing automatons represent years of labor and research, not to mention finances. Okay, security cameras. I see security cameras in 2 corners of the room, covering both entrances and exits on a swivel. I never installed anything like that. That is, after all, a hidden laboratory. The secrecy of this location has traditionally been the only means of security required. The presence of unwanted cameras brings to mind the killing games organized by the agents of despair. Someone else here on the island? It couldn't be.
Impossible.
I'd prefer to research the killing games at a distance, not first-hand. Someone's been here. There are a few things that seem to have moved just slightly out of position. My chair, for instance, had been moved to the diagnostic console. I'm not the kind of idiot who fails to notice when some interloper has used his favorite chair. This could only be the work of an intruder.
Impossible.
Is someone really in here? It's a good thing I've only been shouting inside of my head so far. I haven't actually been shouting out loud, have I? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm guessing the creator AIM is watching this, because they did watch the first one, which thank you very much. I very much enjoyed it, and I hope your project goes well. But just a little advice, I say, I guess, I don't know. But I know these things are costly, so it's fair enough. But maybe I was just thinking maybe have a bit more variety in terms of the 1-lane audios. But I mean, completely understandable if you are actually paying money to hire these voice actors, and completely understandable if that's not something on the top of your priority list. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know. Just thought I'd mention it. But strange device on my face. Oh, is it the little eye thing? I guess. What the devil is this on my face? I can feel that it's composed of glass about the size of my eye and connected about my ear by a metal band, but...
Impossible. The
thing actually feels as though... Yeah, because I think he said impossible like 3 times now, I'm pretty sure. The thing actually feels as though it's rooted into my skull at the base. How? How did someone install this without waking? Jesus Christ, that's gruesome. I want to try and take it off to analyze it further, but I can't so much as remove it. If I can make it to my to my restroom, there should be a mirror that will allow me to inspect this bloody thing. Though it feels like surgery to remove it would be better done by machine, preferably while under anesthesia, rather than by the patient himself, viewed inverted in a bloody laboratory mirror. At least this blessed gizmo doesn't impair my vision. Okay, investigate the presence. Never mind all that, what matters is tracking down whoever's behind these disturbances. Why did they leave me sleeping, and how could they change so much of the laboratory without waking me? Whoever was here, they probably didn't stick around. I'm sure they're monitoring me remotely.
Now see here!
If those cameras are a sign I've been inducted into some sort of killing game, then why am I still in my own laboratory? Or is this simply a recreation? I have to check the rest of the laboratory. It's not a lot of ground to cover. All my experiments, in progress and completed alike, were kept inside this single room. The only other rooms attached here are my living quarters and the server room. I'll check my quarters first. It's a simple knob and yet... Okay. Oh, it doesn't open?
Now see here!
It won't budge. I want to meet all the other characters. That's the thing that's the thing I always get most excited about in terms of playing Fangans or even the legitimate games. It's like, who am I gonna like, you know? I don't know who I'm gonna like. So I've seen some of the designs, but... Blast, my door's still shut with a heavy-duty electronic lock. There's a lock on the door with a holographic image displayed on a rectangular screen. The face of some woman I've never seen before is pictured on its surface. That frown she's wearing makes me scared to tamper with the lock. That strange contraption covering one of her eyes is in the picture. Could it be the same as my own? Perhaps she could see, perhaps she could be the one behind everything that's happened to me. Yeah, there we go, okay. I'll just have to ask her when I find her, and I hope I don't have to use the restroom in the meantime. I can't talk, I'm sorry. Is the server room the same? It's open, I'll take a quick look inside. Alright, let's take a quick look. Okay. At least the servers are still in place. I'll take a quick look at my work terminal.
Impossible.
Of course, there's another bloody lock on this one, this time keeping the whole thing shut inside its cabinet. Why am I not surprised? Let's see who's taken ownership of this share of my daily life. The picture on the front is... Oh, it's me. Me. I'm pictured here with an opaque blue monocle of some kind over one eye, but otherwise it's clearly me. But even recognizing that, how do I unlock it? I wonder if every character has one of these glass things on their eyes. Annoyed, I begin to play with the lock, looking for some knob or hole, as my thumb slides over the screen.
Fingerprint recognized.
Oh, cool. Welcome, Victor Leeds. Okay.
Very well.
Scan my thumbprint just now when I handle the face of the lock. I understand the mechanism now. This one's coded to me. That means that my room is locked to the fingerprint of someone other than myself. It makes no bloody sense. Looks like all my research files are still intact. There's only one part that concerns me. Files have been added. Their dates are the future. This can't be right. This data reads like the observation logs of a numerous killing games 3 months past the present date. It's all nonsense. I don't have time to read this.
Impossible.
There's a mastermind behind all this, and certainly they've planted this here with no intent other than to confuse me. The woman pictured on that log to my room must be around here somewhere. I'll find her and get some answers. I wonder if each character has a specific door they can open. Kind of like Zero Escape, sort of. I don't know. The first thing I need to do is leave this laboratory. If she isn't here, the forest is the only other place she could have gone. The forest? Finding her will be no easy... task. Remembered something? Oh. I just spoke the last part out loud in disbelief. The flesh and blood vision of the woman pictured on the holographic scene is in front of me. Jesus, what a chat of a woman. Okay, for her frown is just as unpleasant as I'd imagined. She's also a bit taller than I figured. Perhaps it's just the hair. No, I think she's slightly taller than I am. Even beyond the glass covering her eye, she's dressed much like I am, with a similar lab coat. Scientist of some sort. Maya, okay. Finally awake then. Good morning, Victor Leeds. My name is Maya Xavier. Xavier, sorry.
I am the ultimate research assistant.
Okay,
but that does not make you my superior.
Jesus, okay. Out for blood. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to your own twisted experiment. He made the death game and now he's a part of it. Is that what we're doing? Maybe. My own experiment.
Now see here.
See here. What is that word? Facsimile of my laboratory? Maybe the setting for whatever this is, but I'm not responsible. The camera's locked and whatever other strange contrivances may have been added are not mine. Jesus. This man speaks with such elegant intelligence, and I can't keep up. But anyways, okay. I woke up only a moment ago, very much in the dark about anything that's happening here. This is honestly hilarious. Let me ask you, what if I told you that you've been trapped? That you and your every reaction is going to be observed like that of a lab rat? What would you want to be, what would you want to do to your captor, sorry? Well, I first want answers, but also to acknowledge them sternly for impeding my work. I thought you might say something like that. Whoever decided to put you and me through this is a real piece of work, huh? Unfortunately, as I said moments ago, it's you. You're the one who decided to place yourself inside this experiment.
Impossible.
I most certainly did not. I don't know a single detail of this experiment you're mentioning, nor would I ever off up myself as a test subject. It goes against all laws of researcher imparity, for starters, and beyond that, it's just asinine. Are you suggesting this is somehow tied to my research of the killing games? Confidential research, mind you.
Of course.
I do wish you'd quit making me repeat myself. Yes, you're inside an experiment designed by yourself, the ultimate researcher. If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at yourself. There's a huge inconvenience for me, too. These ultimate schemes of yours are going to make me lose my hair. Well, it looks to me as if you're in no danger of that. You're quite a stock after all. Oh, I like that. Arguing with her is proving pointless. It's obvious there is a lot for the two of us to go over. I have so many questions, it's hard to decide where to start. Okay, about yourself, I suppose. I will actually wonder how long this is. I might have to cut it up. I was hoping we'd see all the other characters in this episode, but we'll see. I might wrap it up around the 30-minute mark. Okay. You say you're an ultimate research assistant, and you've dressed like me, but I don't recall ever meeting you before. Do you mean to say you're a researcher employed at my facility? Because, I'll have you know, I employ no assistants. It's part of my policy. The best way to keep your experiments safe is to trust no one besides yourself and your inventions. I'd say you forgot your own policy at some point then. I've been your assistant for half a year now. The ultimate research assistant would naturally be employed under the charge of the ultimate researcher. I suppose that makes sense. However, let's set something straight. I may be the ultimate research assistant, but that does not mean that your talents are superior to mine. I've got like a sort of, not superiority complex, what's it called? Like, sort of like a prideful thing going on. Could you elaborate? It doesn't mean you're smarter than me. The designation only means that, of all the people best suited in the world to assist in research, I boast the highest qualifications. I don't plan to blindly follow your orders or accept what you say. One of the most important things an assistant can do is point out when the colleague is a moron, which you generally are. I often think that my chief purpose as the ultimate research assistant is to stamp out your idiotic flights of fancy. I failed in that task this time, so here we are, Victor's moronic, self-induced amnesia experiment. Steady, Victor, don't rise to her insults. Part of being a genius is to avoid getting out of sorts over every little barb. The more upsetting part is that based on her words, either I've forgotten a year of the past, or this woman is lying to me. What should I ask? Okay, about this laboratory, I guess. I theorize we're in some sort of recreation of my laboratory. Assuming for a moment that you really are my assistant, would you agree? No, I know this to be your laboratory. Any inconsistencies you see are those you plan for yourself.
Now see here!
Seriously, putting everything else aside, my own room is barred off with a lock showing your face. What reasoning could I possibly have? Who can say the mind of a genius works in mysterious ways? I can't bring myself down to the level of idiocy needed to fully understand this experiment of yours.
Impossible.
I like that our tie is like Monokuma. It's like black and white, I just noticed that. But what about my chair? Even my favorite chair is moved. I never move it, it's always in 100% optimal position. I would never intentionally displace it. Well, that was me. I sat in your chair earlier this morning.
Now see here.
Don't, that chair is for my exclusive use. Hilarious, you've forgotten me and your entire experiment, but you still remember that damn chair. I would have put it in the waste disposal before you woke up. You wouldn't dare. Putting aside Miss Xavier's terrible sense of humor. If she is to be believed, this facility is my own. I suppose that could be the case depending on the severity of my memory loss. I feel like because she's a bit of an ass right now, she's probably going to be one of the survivors. It's kind of how it usually goes, right? But okay, anyways. More time may have passed than I first realized. About the glass. Of course, one of the first things I noticed upon waking is this odd mechanism upon my face. I see that you have one as well. Hers is like magenta. What is its purpose? I imagine it's tied to our abduction.
Of course.
Kind of. Again, it's something you invented yourself. I guess I'm just here to act as an instruction booklet for you, huh? It's your own invention called the spyglass. It's designed as an analytical tool with which to study killing games. Though if you ask me, it seems a bit ridiculous. If you're ever abducted for a killing game, there's no way they'll let you continue wear it. A real killing game, that is, not whatever this is you've created here. What are its functions? It sounds as though it could be useful during my time here. It's almost like cheating, really. The thing consumed to a microscopic level. Record footage and photos, read body heat, all sorts of things. It's linked directly to your neural network, so all you have to do is think the command.
Impossible.
Linked to my neural network? It's attached to my brain? In layman's terms, yes, so don't get any stupid ideas about pulling it off. You go comatose if someone tried to rip it off you. Oh, that's definitely gonna happen to some character, I'm guessing. What a terrifying mental image. So, did I give it any other cool functions? I am a genius, after all. So you always say, I'll tell you the other functions if any of them become relevant. Is there X-ray vision? It's your own damn invention, figure it out yourself. But don't point it towards me if you're going to Jesus. So there is X-ray vision. I'll rip that thing out of your brain a minute, try me. I understand, no X-ray. Are we in danger? So if what you say is true, we'll participate in an experiment of my own design. I'm beginning to piece together its nature. This is a simulated killing game, isn't it? Are we actually in danger of dying? Danger of dying? I guess. Probably not. This is a mock killing game you created. The way the experiment is constructed, it's highly unlikely that anyone is actually in any real danger. Well, you say that, but we'll see. You constructed it and placed yourself inside. You'd have to be a lunatic like the ultimate despair to allow the risk of being murdered in your own game. Although, I don't know, mind control's a thing in this universe, so...
Very well.
I should like to think so, but there are other factors it considers beyond my own safety. I'm thinking about the other participants. If they think they're inside a killing game, there's a very real chance they'll try to kill one another. Did I make any preparations to safeguard them in the event that one of them really should attempt to commit a murder? I stumbled that line very badly, I'm sorry. That's not something you have to worry about. On the contrary, I am not the sort of researcher who would ever risk the lives of others in these experiments. I'm also not the type to leave things to chance or simply hope for the best. I need the safety of all the participants to be assured. And I'm telling you that isn't a concern at all. There is no chance of any human participants being injured. If you can hold your questions for a moment, I'll explain why. Other than yourself, there simply aren't any human beings on the island who could be injured during the course of this experiment. Huh? As the experiment's creator, you're the only living human beings here on the campus. All the others are robotic constructs. Automatons, they're called. They're robots designed to stimulate the behavior of human beings. Okay. You probably know all this, but when active, they're capable of looking, sounding, and acting just like human beings. They're virtually indistinguishable. So I wonder what happened to Ultimate Spy Master, or was that like another timeline? I don't know. I do know one of the characters looks like so Mei Feng Li is a character in Alternaxis, and I know there's a character that looks very similar to her in this game, so I wonder if those characters are also like automaton robots as well, or I don't know. It seems like I don't particularly know AIM too well. I'm sure they're a very nice person, but it seems to me that they're very much into robots from like their setup on the channel as well, so I wonder if, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of robot related stuff in this game, which is going to be interesting.
Impossible.
What? Let me guess, you have questions. Whatever, ask away. I'm getting used to this pace by now. Just one question, actually. Are you not also part of the game? You just told me that everyone apart from myself is an automaton, but based on that log I saw earlier, you must be included in the mock killing game's captives. Have you made arrangements for your own safety? I've stated many times already that I'm included in this harebrained scheme of yours.
Now see here.
Then are you saying you're an automaton as well? Isn't that obvious by this point?
Impossible.
That simply cannot be possible. I think I would know if I was talking to an automaton. I've worked on them for years, and no automaton can so closely replicate human behavior as this. What is the meaning of this bald-faced lie? It's a new form of self-indulgence, brainwashing yourself so thorough that you wake up and can't identify your own automatons as robots. Give me a break. Aren't you a genius who specializes in robotics? Is it so hard to imagine you developed me during the period of time you can no longer recall? I'm a genius, but even still,
Now see here.
I cannot in blind faith accept the words of a stranger who shows up claiming that she and everyone else I'm about to meet is a robot. This feels just like the sort of trap that an agent of despair would set. What kind of ultimate research assistant would I be if I was constantly gaslighting you? Anyway, I can see I have no choice but to prove it to you.
Now see here.
Now see here. Okay, if you're planning to rip your flesh off or something in order to prove your point, I won't allow it. We have to consider the possibility that your memories have been altered as well. If you're going to do something drastic, then I urge you, scientist to scientist, to consider a measured, rational approach instead. We've already wasted plenty of time with your beauty rest, Victor. I'm going to prove this to you as quickly as I can manage. There's a certain feature that distinguishes modern-age automatons from humans. I'm sure you know what that is already. Using that, I can prove my identity as a machine in a matter of seconds. Frantically, I continue to tell her not to do it, but it all falls on deaf ears. She's committed to her plan. With quickness foretelling her familiarity with the laboratory, she selects the appropriate instrument from the tool shelf. She grabbed the Robo-Exacto knife, a heavy steel cylinder about the length of one's forearm. Fine-edged blade pops out from one end, with the button on the opposite side is pushed. It's a tool designed for cutting the germic layer stretched over automatons, but...
Impossible.
That's impossible. She's lifting it with one hand. That tool is designed to be lifted by a machine. A human, regardless of their strength or gender, could never lift it without using both hands. She's smirking as she begins to unzip her jacket, then untucks her black sweat vest and pink shirt from around her abdomen. I try to avoid staring at her abs. You into that, Victor? Anyways, and focus on her face as I plead with her. Music Xavier, don't you have to know? I can't stand the sight of Schlick. Okay. What should I do? She continued, heedless of my plea, with the blade extended. The woman drew a deep gash across the dark skin at her belly. The sight is unwanted and gruesome, but for me, if not for her, it's worse than that. I genuinely have to praise the writing in this. Like not specifically the dialogue. Well, I'm not saying the dialogue is bad by any means, but specifically like the description text is really well written. I've noticed. So I don't know if this person or the creator has made other stories or, you know, web novels or stuff in the past, but yeah, it sounds great. So I've always suffered from an unfortunate weakness, one that greatly impedes my work as the ultimate researcher. Oh, I forgot the word is it hemophiliac? Is that right? I feel like that might be wrong. Like scared of blood, like Toko Fukawa and the first game. I can't stand the sight of blood. In the best case, I pass out. In the worst, I vomit all over my equipment and then pass out. The sight of oozing, pooling red blood. You mean pink? Is the one thing I can't stand to look at. That being said, this isn't blood, it's jet blood. Oh, okay. There's not a hint of pink in it. Struggling, I find my voice and speak to this woman who's actually no human woman at all. Miss Xavier, this pitch black blood coloration is a compliance with a modern standard set by the Future Foundation. Shit, what was... So, I started playing Danganronpa 1, the PSP one, to kind of refresh my memory and get back into the series. But I think the Hope... What was it again? The Hope Foundation? Is that what he said? I think that's a Danganronpa 2 thing. And I'm going to be honest, I don't actually remember entirely what they were, so... I might need to brush up on my knowledge of that, but anyways. Its purpose is to provide an inarguable indicator, that an automaton, no matter how closely they may resemble a human, is still a machine. Okay? This black blood is proof beyond reasonable argument that you are what you say. Okay.
Impossible.
You really are a machine. We're finally getting someone, yep. Yes, as you can see, I'm an automaton, which you yourself created. This is my proof to you. What we're in here is a mock killing game populated by you and robots that you created. Also, one other thing I really want to praise about the artwork, the sprites are all bright and colorful and they're great as well, but like specifically one thing that I'm genuinely jealous about you for, and by you I mean the creator, is the use of shadows is so well done. Like especially like Maya's hair there, for instance. I mean, Victor's hair as well, but just the coats and stuff. I'm so bad at doing shades. Yeah, it's all like, you know, trial and error for me, but yeah, no, they look super good, so. You should set your mind at ease. There'll be no blood and no real killing. You know what this seems like to me? A trick.
Victor.
Okay. I'm a specialist in killing games. I know killing game nonsense when I see it. If you tell me there's no danger, I can kill whoever I want in order to escape, and it won't matter because they're just machines. That'll be awfully convenient. Know that I won't fall for it. I don't know what your goal in all of this deception is, but I'm not going to close my mind to any possibilities. If there are others here, they'll be treated as human beings.
Don't be an idiot.
I'm not asking you to do otherwise. If this really is an experiment you devised, it stands to reason you can't go telling everyone they're robots and treating them differently. I just didn't want you to piss in your pants thinking you are about to be murdered. I feel like... I mean, Maya could be setting this up, or Maya could be told. Or maybe Maya's the only robot, you know? Maybe Maya's the one that's programmed to say that everyone's a robot. I mean, we never know. For the sake of the experiment, you need to treat this seriously. The last thing we need for you is to waste the preparation that went into this.
Very well.
Of course, and after all, if this is a killing game, I, as the world's foremost expert in killing game research, intend to give it my all to ensure a flawless conclusion, for the sake of all of us, as well as my own pride. If you really mean that, stop treating this like some showcase for your pedigree. Mr. Xavier, it strikes me that we've gotten off on the wrong foot. If we wish to handle this seriously, then we should treat each other both as captives. We're going to need to work together to make it out alive. Ever since you created me to do the ultimate research, to be the ultimate research assistant, I haven't had much choice but to help you out. I'm used to changing your diapers and wiping after you. This is no different. However, in the interest of working together, I need you to do something for me. Certainly, I'm all ears. Let's start building trust. What can I do for you? I weirdly do like these two so far. Yeah, very like unorthodox sort of protagonists, but I feel like that's kind of what makes them sort of interesting. But anyways, I need you to release the lock in the server room, the one that shows your face in it. I know you can unlock it using your fingerprint. Alright, well, I think this is a good place to end it off. Will we agree to open the lock with a condition? Or will we refuse? This might be our first branching path. I don't know if there is branching paths. Regardless, I'm going to save this one for next time. Hopefully the next one after this will be out a lot sooner than the gap between the prologue and this one. I do have a few days off, so we might be able to pump out a couple of these. Oh, I don't know how much longer the game is. But regardless, hopefully you enjoy this one, and I'll see you next time with some more Danganronpa SingleFile. Hope to see you all there. Bye bye.